Hi, and welcome to dōTERRA U, the official podcast of dōTERRA Europe. On this podcast, you will hear from world-class speakers and experts on education, inspiration, and actionable tips to help you live your best dōTERRA life. My name is Ludo Bolcato, Product Education Manager for dōTERRA Europe, and I'm pleased to be your host. My guest today is Erika Bistrović, who is a Blue Diamond based in Croatia and a social media guru. She built her business using social media and now teaches others how to do the same. On top of that, she's a mom of two and a prolific traveler. Erika, welcome to the dōTERRA U podcast. It's such a joy and pleasure to have you, so thank you.
Thank you for the invitation.
So, Erika, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? And, people who might follow you on Instagram know that you run this incredible business, but maybe people don't know you and who you are. So I think it'd be great if you could start introducing yourself, please.
So, hello, everybody. My name is Erika, and I am living in Croatia. I have two children. They are 6 and 8 years old, and I'm originally from Slovakia, and I am doing my business, or I am running my business completely online. I started with parenting topics on my Instagram. It was the beginning, and it was no intention to work with dōTERRA. It came by the time, and actually. I was not expecting it. The whole business I started, or the Instagram was the intention was to work with it, but I didn't know how it will go. Mm-hmm. And the dōTERRA came later. Yeah.
So I've been stalking yourself in the best possible way, I promise. A little bit on Instagram, and I see you live a life that it looks like a dream. You get to travel a lot, you get to spend time with your family while doing your dōTERRA business. So how do you balance everything?
Good question. It maybe looks like sometimes on Instagram it's perfect, but I live completely normal life, like every other mother with all the duties and hard times. So actually, the balance is the thing what I'm still looking for. It's coming also with the time, but we love traveling also before dōTERRA. So dōTERRA was like a puzzle in our lifestyle, and now with all the free time, what I have, like free time, I don't need to sit in some office, but I am free to do what I want. So with this, I'm really like free to travel also with children. The first one is in the school since last year, but fortunately we have a good school that we can take some free time with her and go around. So last year was really full with all the trips. What we won with dōTERRA, it was the incentive trips in US, it was in Ireland. So we just wanted to take us with them so they see where we are working or where I am working. And they are for me still small, and I don't want to leave them alone. So this was for us priority, and I'm so happy that I can do it with dōTERRA. And when you was asking about the balance, at the beginning it was not easy. When 3.5 years ago, it was June 2021, and I was sharing all the parental topics, which was at that time, and still it is my passion. But after some times, I was feeling like burnout because I got a lot of questions. I was not like earning with it. It was more like my hobby. I couldn't find myself. Like, how can I do this? And I was already using dōTERRA 1.5 years. And I was thinking, so let's try. If my audience would accept it. I really loved it, and I started to share the oils. And the first two oils, what I started to share, and it's still like in my mind, was Stronger and Balance.
Stronger is absolutely divine. It's one of my favorites. I love it.
Yeah, and it was like two oils, one for the children immunity, and second one for mothers to stay like peaceful and calm and everything. And I learned everything about these two oils. And the mothers, they already they trusted me, like, because they saw me already. I don't know, it was like 2 years they were following me, and they started to buy, they started to join, and I was like, wow, this is really working. And yeah, then I hit the one rank, second rank, and I started to like it. So I find out I need some builders. So I was looking for some other builders, but we will continue this later. But I want to just say one thing to the balance. After some time, I really knew, or I find out that I need some free time, or time without work, and I'm really strict with it now. I have the weekends for my family, Saturday and Sunday, and also when I am taxi driving my children to all the activities, I am there with them. So I have sometimes when I have to work, they know it, or it is in the evening, but sometimes to handle it is not really easy. But for example, when there are some tough months, for us it's autumn, because there are all the children immunity and sickness coming. My husband knows that now there is more time for the work and less time for the family, but we always try to balance it on the weekends, or some, I don't know, during some holidays or something like that.
So do you actually schedule time off work, like for yourself or for your family? Do you put it in your calendar?
Now I realized I was listening to some wise man, and he was telling that the successful people needs to organize free time, not like what they have to do, but they have to organize their free time. So I was like, okay, this I need to do more for my passion, for my things, for my activities, what I like not the work. But for me, it's also the work, the passion. So sometimes it's very hard to find the line where it is.
Yeah, I can imagine, because when you do something that you love and you're so passionate about it, it must be really hard to be good enough with your boundaries and saying, where to draw the line, as you said. So I'm intrigued, and we'll go more into that. But before we go into that part of your story, can you please tell us how you started with doTERRA, and when you went from just sharing the oils, sharing the products, to actually realizing that you wanted to do this as a business?
Yeah, I joined in 2019. Yeah, it was my younger son was 1 year old, and I was really looking for something that is like a more natural, non-toxic. I didn't want that the medicine is my first option when they are sick. So I was also really into non-toxic lifestyle and everything, washing and cleaning, and this was one of the puzzle into my lifestyle. And I was like, wow, I want this. And I was like trying, diffusing, and mixing my roll-ons and everything. But I already had my Instagram, and this was the way that I was already sharing it a little, but not really like for my work. But then when came this my little burnout, then I was like, okay, now I will try and I will combine it. So but I can tell you that there was also some I don't want to say like haters, but some people did say that, oh yeah, she's now teleshopping. It's not what it was. So it was quite also hard for me to come through this sayings or thoughts about these people. But it's also the personal growth. What you need to do when you start to do something what you love. It's not always easy. Yeah.
So how did you, if I can ask, how did you handle those negative comments and those haters, quote unquote?
At that time, I didn't have a coach, so it was really on myself. How I work with this, I try to speak with my friends and tell about it. And uh, in the past, I was searching for the confirmation that I am good enough for the external people. Now I know what is it. So at this time I know how to work, for example, with ideal client, and I know what is my ideal client and this is not. And all the haters or all these negative comments, you can use also for your business. It's the thing where they can point you what you are good at. It's not only this one, but when they criticize something at you, you can take it and see where it is your strength uh, into your business. And the other thing, when it's coming, for exactly like for doTERRA, there, I don't know, the oils are too expensive, for example, or uh, yeah, that I don't know about multi-level marketing and like that.
That's a common one.
I can use it to explain it in my reels, in my stories, so you can turn it into selling stories actually. So this is the way I am working with it right now. I am looking for it every negative comment that comes. Now it's the other way around.
But the online world can be such a like raw, vulnerable place where to put yourself, because again, you're so open to receiving this feedback. So I guess it's a learning process even today.
It depends. For me, it online space very safe because for me, when I am offline, I feel there vulnerable when I am directly with the person.
That's so interesting.
Because you can like turn off when you want. You can delete it. In real life, it's not so easy. Or you can use it to this selling stories or something, But in real life, you can be shocked. So for me, it's really more easy to work
deal
online.
With the online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when was the moment that you thought, I want to do this as a business? And how did you transition from maybe, I don't know, in-person classes to fully online?
I never do one in-person class, but I can tell you why, because I'm in Croatia. I forgot to mention, and I'm working with Slovakian and Czech audience. So I cannot do it offline because I'm with my children in Croatia, and it would be very difficult for me to travel all the time. So that's why I did my first class when I was diamond.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
this must be shocking for our audience. I have to say that, Erika.
I wanted to try it. I was really in stress because this is my comfort zone. Online space is my comfort zone, like live streamings and reels and talking on stories, what other people have problems. So there was no transition. And now when I am also thinking to grow the business in Croatia, this would be a challenge for me to do it like offline. Yeah. But it's also one step to grow and you can experience something else.
So was there a moment in your career, in your life, when you kind of realized that social media could be a very powerful tool, or it was just a natural sort of transition for you?
For me, it was natural. And when I need to be sincere and say that I know that a lot of offline contacts are maybe stronger than the online. I can see it also at my girls, or when I have some front lines, which are my friends. It's completely something different. And it's taking time online when you need to build a trust with the people. And you have to learn to be very authentic. That they now in this time is what the people are searching for, the authenticity. So in the real time, you can have like stronger connections, but in an online space, you can find more people because people are there. People are at home and scrolling, and you can find people in the whole Slovakia, in the whole Czech Republic, but also the Slovak and Czechs in the whole world. So I think you can you can really like influence and have more people online than offline.
I love the fact that you use the word authenticity, because it was only a few months ago when I was exactly in this place, in this room, and I was recording a podcast with Oliver and Angela Kirsten, and they were speaking about authenticity and how important it is to be authentic and not trying to be somebody else. Like, take inspiration from leaders, from mentors. Yes, absolutely. But authenticity is a big thing.
It's very hard because when we grew up, we were always trying to take some masks, or we were trying to put on us the masks what we was thinking that we have to be. Like from the parents, we need to behave us like this, and then you completely, when you come to some point, you realize you don't know what who you are. And when it's good when you realize it, that you are starting to search for yourself. And for me, it started with dōTERRA, this process, and revealing like myself, and putting off the masks, because when I came to the point, I don't know, it was gold position or platinum, and you have some team under yourself, you see that they want something from you, and you need to develop yourself, that you can give them. And then I started to search for some coachings programs, for some coach, and then it starts. And I came to this, and she's really, really good, because that's her work, to find the authentic me, and to be like me also on social media, what maybe on the beginning I wasn't.
So were there any strategies in your business, on how to draw people in, how to attract people just from the online world?
At the beginning, no. I was like sharing what I thought that it was important to share about children. But now I am doing it more consciously. I knew that who is my ideal client, as I mentioned you, that today in these days in social media, you really need to know who is the small audience. You have to speak to this ideal client, to his pain points, what is he living through the life, and what is hard for him. And when you are speaking about this, then they will find you. And it don't need to be exact the person, but also the other person, when they see in you the authenticity, and you are really they see that you know what are you speaking about, you know your value, and they see that you are secure in yourself. It's what is like attracting them to come to you, because they want to be in your environment and in your community, and learn from you. And
obviously you sound so experienced and well-traveled in this world, on this online world. So what would be your advice maybe for people who are starting, approaching to the social media world, and maybe they want to transition more towards that instead of in-person classes?
The first thing I would recommend to find some expert to buy some online course or something like that, really, who will tell them how the Reels, for example, is working and the algorithm. So they can really grow fast, and you can still do it with the Reels in these days. When you have the controversial topics, you have to first find yourself. What do you want to share? It's not, you cannot be the dōTERRA catalog. It's what the people don't like. Maybe the first step, look on the people who are working with dōTERRA and are successful online, how they are doing this.
Yeah.
And you will see that they are not selling dōTERRA products. They are selling emotions, and they are selling the conclusion, or the result.
Yeah.
The result. And they are speaking about the pain points. So this is the thing, you have to find your topic and what you want to share, not only dōTERRA, but I don't know, to take some other topic like parenting or cosmetics or sports or I don't know what, non-toxic cleaning. And what do you love, what do you like? And then really look forward some expert to see which reels are working. And then define your ideal client and speak to him and be authentic, be yourself, because this is what are really people now looking for. And what I was like seeing the trends, there are many AI coming, AI also, reels and everything. And now I am, for example, showing my laundry and everything, so the people know that I am the real person, and they are really appreciating these usual things. What we are all of us living.
Can you maybe share a few moments or a few things that have worked for you in the past in terms of business? I don't know if you worked with a coach or somebody, and that helped you.
Yeah, what helped me was working with coach, and I took a lot of courses also for the Instagram or Canva or something like this. And I'm doing this now also with my builders, and this is also the one thing like mother that I am admitting that I cannot do everything by myself. And that's why I'm also outsourcing a lot from outside some people. So also the abundance can flow between us. So also the investing is one of the biggest topic in entrepreneuring. So I just found somebody who is really good and expert in his topic, for example, for social media, and they are doing education for my team. Or I said, I booked my coach for 6 weeks program, and they are defining the ideal client, for example, with them, with her. Or now I book somebody for online selling, doing the education for online selling. And you really don't need to do everything by yourself, because, for example, me, I am working alone without my husband. Actually, he's doing my accountancy. It's a big part for me. But everything else, he has his job, and I'm doing this. And I really at this position, what I am now, I cannot do everything alone. So don't be afraid to ask somebody to help. And sometimes it's also good when you hire somebody that the people are not only listening to you. It's not everything about you, and they see that also the other people are doing like this. Because what I saw in my team, sometimes there is the mama syndrome, you know.
Tell us about that. What is the mama syndrome?
What is the mama syndrome? I'm telling this, that when they are listening always to me, they are not hearing anymore. Okay. So somebody else has to say it, so they hear it with other words. And
because in this scenario, you are
version.
The mama. In this scenario, you are the mama, so they're not listening to you anymore.
Some of them. Okay. Yeah, not everybody. Yeah,
they're like teenagers, so they don't listen to you.
Yeah, all of them.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but that's beautiful. So how do you manage your team, or how do you handle, obviously you said you live remotely, you don't live in the
Mm-hmm.
country you're originally from. So how do you handle your network, and what sort of support
Yeah,
net have you created for your team?
yeah, we are using mostly Telegram
Uh-huh.
to communicate because it was also one of our strategy that don't have everything on metaverse, like to be
Yeah,
safe.
yeah,
So we are on Telegram, and it's all the day. Like when I have time, we are voicemailing. It is the main thing what we are using, and also Zoom calls. It's very popular, and this Telegram. But I have to say that I'm really present for them when they need something. I try to answer if it is something easy in one day or in 1 hour. When it is something bigger, we arrange some Zoom calls. So this is the way how we are communicating. Yeah.
and when I don't know, but I'm guessing you have a lot of mothers in your team. So how do you teach them, how to build this support network between yourselves?
Is the one thing that I'm just communicating with them a lot. We have monthly, like together Zoom calls. I did some education on one Facebook group for everybody. And yeah, I'm doing also some focus groups in Telegram, like for some ranks or for the new builders. There, I have some education, like 3 months, what they need to do from the beginning. So this is the thing, but I'm still working on it. I have to tell you that it's a challenge for me to build some bigger system because of the time with children. But they also don't have so much time. So also when we are meeting in the evenings at 9 o'clock
Yeah.
when the children are sleeping. So so it's like that. Yeah, but mostly I try to in this time be in contact with them one to one or in these small groups, and learn the front lines and big leaders to do this with their leaders. So I try really to duplicate the work what we did. Yeah, and use also the external education what we have in dōTERRA or from other leaders right now, because I still don't have like the idol system for them.
So what do you see as the biggest advantages in building primarily an online business compared to, the in-person way?
First, I will say that maybe it looks like that it needs less time, but for me, definitely, because when I have children, uh, I would need to organize really well where I should put them, because we don't have now grandmothers here. So I really don't have somebody where I can put them. So for me, it would be very complicated with children to organize myself for offline meetings. And the other thing is that you have to also like come there, bring everything there to arrange it, find people. Also, it's mostly online. You can find the people. Like when you are inviting. For me, the audience is online. So I know that I would also need to build some community online. So I could invite the people here, because I don't know so many people here. We moved here like 8 years ago. And most of the time I was with children at the beginning. I have not so many friends. I'm not from here. So for me, it would be very, very complicated. And online, you really have the whole world what you can spread your work and share. Yeah.
That's such a beautiful view. Yeah, I really like that. Can I ask you something?
Mhm.
And let's see, let's try to like drill down what day with Erika looks like. So can you please walk me through your daily routine. And I know that you don't live the same day twice, and every day is very different, but just for a little inspiration, maybe to share with our audience.
Okay, so I will choose the working day. In the morning, I wake up. I try to wake up earlier, but it's still a challenge for me to have more time for myself. But it's in the future. I want it. And I prepare children for the one for the school, and another if he has the playroom. So I'm driving him there, and then I come home and have some Zoom call, for example, or I'm working with something. I have to something prepare or preparing some reels. Then I have them. Take from the school, cook something, and then again one Zoom call with new customers. I'm doing this really like regularly with new customers, and then they have some activities. So I have to again drive them, and during that time I'm doing some story on Instagram and voicemailing or listening to some podcast or something. So it's mostly I'm on the way the whole day. And in the evening, I try to tell to my husband if he can give them the supper and take them to sleep. Sometimes I go with them, sometimes not, but mostly he's going with them because I need to work in the evenings when I have like really calm and peace and to focus on it. Yeah.
Nice, thank you. So the evening is your moment to focus on the business.
Mostly, but I want also change this when the younger one is going to school next year, so it will be more easy for me. But now I'm really like on the way and voicemailing.
So we spoke about the advantages of building an online business. What are the downsides, the less pleasant side of building a business primarily online?
I when for me, I really love it. So I don't see a lot of downsides, to be honest. But when I went offline, for example, for 3 or 2 more days, it's not so often, but I also need this sometimes. I'm always on Saturdays. I'm offline, and sometimes it's very very difficult to start again because
I can imagine.
Yeah, I got really used to not doing anything, so I really need to be in it all the time because then I'm lazy, really lazy to start. For example, now in autumn, I was not really doing a lot of reels like this kind of content, and I also took off on January. I was still present on stories and live streams, but I was really. I hit the blue diamond on October. Yeah, thank you. In October, and I was a little bit tired, so I wanted to take off and not working, and it's okay. I also spoke with a specialist on Instagram if it is okay when I'm not doing now, and it's completely okay because you were working on reels and gaining your audience from, I don't know, April to August, and it came like 5,000 followers.
Yeah.
And then I was working with them, to like selling now, because the kindergarten game and back to school and everything on this. And then I was selling more in stories. Yeah. So you really, like in other work, you have to be organized.
Of course. Yeah. So could you see or I guess the question is, did you lose followers in those moments where you were not super active online?
Not really, but it was not growing. They're still like I am on the same number, but they are still going away. They are unfollowing, but they are still following. So I was not growing. But yeah, the people are still, it's always when you share something that some people doesn't like, they are going away. But it's also the one thing that it means that your profile is alive when the people are coming and going, because it's normal, the fluctuation of the people.
Okay. That's super interesting. For a newbie, and myself included, I would be potentially scared from, losing followers or seeing that my profile has lost its sparkle, its shine. You know what I mean?
You need to be aware of, it's not about you. This is the thing, that it's not your value, or they are not living you like a person. You are still good enough to share to the other people's, to your ideal client. You have to know that this was maybe not your target audience. This was not your ideal client who wants to see your progress, to want to see what you are doing, what you are sharing. They don't want it. They want something else. Yeah. And it's your work to accept it, that it's not about you, it's about them. And it's okay.
This sounds like a beautiful journey through self-discovery, really.
Yeah, and I have to tell you that, for example, you also don't need to have a lot of followers to earn good, have a good salary, because there are also people, and I have some girls who started with 300 people. They learned how to do the reels, for example. They have now 2,000 and they are platinum. So you really don't need to, and she's almost 95% online. So she likes also to connect, and she's near Slovakia and everything. But mostly all of my team is online. But you can also do a lot of things with few people who are really into your topic, and you can sell them and communicate with them, and to inspire them to be on LRP and using the product. So yeah, you don't need a lot of people to be successful.
And this again reminds me of a sense of community. So I guess my next question is how important is, to have a community, and what role does it play in the online world?
The biggest. It's what you are building, actually. Your audience is your community. And I was listening to some webinar in January, and he said that in the trend in 2025 is the community. The people don't believe anymore in some influencers or these things, and they are searching for the community. There are some memberships and these things, and online what you can also buy. And what is quite a big epidemic in this world is the loneliness, he said. And there is also one ministry of loneliness in Japan, I think, now, that there is a lot of suicides and these things, that people are dying alone. So the people are really looking these days for the community. And this is what we are offering. We have the big tool in our hands. We have also our community, what has in some name. And this is the thing what we are offering also to our clients. We are telling them that we are not only selling the bottles, but we are selling the education, we are selling the community, the support, and everything. You have the informations there. So we are not only selling the oils, but there is the community inside. But sometimes it's very hard to sell it, because people cannot imagine it until they are there. And then they are really aware of it. What is it? But at the beginning, they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But what is the other thing? Very important is the recommendations. A lot of people are coming because they are very happy to be in this community, and that they have support, they have answers, they have protocols, how to use the children oils and everything. So they are coming through the recommendations. So, yeah.
did you have any mentors or role model that you looked up to while you were building a business?
Role models. I have some leaders what I'm like watching in US. They were for me like some like inspirative. But in these days is my coach. She's really like teaching me so much that is very inspiring for me, and I can work on myself. And she's she's not so good to you, you know. She can tell you also the bad things, but it's like slap to you, and then you have to wake up, and then you really like can walk again.
Yeah.
So this is the first thing. And I am also following some Germans, Claudia Brunner, Daniela Holsten. So they are for me a big inspiration in online world. Yeah.
We cannot be on a dōTERRA podcast and not speak about oils. And I know we have a little bit. So question number one is, what are your top 3 favorite oils that you never leave the house without?
I have now one small bag. I have always lavender and lavender balance and super mint there. Yeah, I have more, but this is like what I super mint beadlet, like to have the fresh air. And I was thinking you asked me what is the oil I would take to the island.
Oh, that can be. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, this was the rose is for me like the one biggest and strongest oil who can deal with bacteria, who can be also perfume, and you can use it for everything, to heal yourself and also your heart. So but yeah, this the balance is still from the beginning my number one. And the story with lavender is very interesting, because I hated lavender on the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, because I think the reason was that there is so much synthetic lavender on the outside everywhere, like in the some gel like for washing and in soaps and everywhere. And maybe I was allergic or something like that to these synthetic fragrances. And then when I had it, I didn't want to use it. But after some time, I was like, it's not bad. I will try it. And now I would really like, I am the whole day. I maybe in 2 weeks I have to fill it up, because I really love it. I can really have a bath with with it.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I find out it's really in medicine it started to be really a big healer also for the people with mental issues, that you can they are using it legally now also, the lavender, and it has no side effects. So I think it's a very big future, lavender.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. One last question for you, Erika, is how would you describe yourself in one word?
I have to tell you, I tried to yesterday. I had the question. I put it in ChatGPT. I was like,
online thing cannot save you here. We want to hear the authentic answer.
Authentic answer was, the ChatGPT said passionate. I was like, really? Because I'm using it, also for my business. And then my husband was here and he said, perfect. And I was like, okay. But for me, I was like, the first word what I was thinking was the strategy, because I love the strategy for everything. But when I can add something, is the authentic, like our strategic authenticity or something like that. Because this is the thing what I'm living now, the world, and what I also learn my girls to be.
Erika, I think we have covered everything that we wanted to cover. Is there any last-minute golden nugget that we should share with our audience?
Wow. Golden nuggets. In my mind is always the world mission, what we are doing with our work. So this is the thing that I'm grateful to dōTERRA, that I can have bigger dreams and also help people in more. We are not doing it I don't know, from the rank diamond only for ourselves, but we have to think bigger. And this is the thing. I'm very grateful to dōTERRA that I can have some dreams where I can help more people in the way that I was never think that I can do. Yeah. So don't forget about your mission and about your why you are doing this.
Thank you. That is so beautiful and such a nice way to end the podcast. So yeah, thank you, Erika, for spending a few minutes, some time with us. It's been a pleasure to talk with you, and I hope to see you in person, not online, really, really soon.
Thank you very much. It was very nice to speak with you too.
Thanks,
Thank you for the invitation. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave us a review and let us know your thoughts. Thank you, and see you next time.